And we're back with a wonderful tier list right here. This one is going to be on the best small forwards in 2K21 Myteam right now. So if you are excited, make sure you smash the like button down below, as well as subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, comment your favorite small forward down in the comment section below. We already have the point guards, the shooting guards, and the dark matters tier list, although the point guards one is a little bit outdated because of all the new ones that came out. So I have a surprise for you guys later today, so make sure you check it out, hit those notification bells and all that wonderful stuff to stay tuned for that one, because I think you guys are actually quite gonna like that video later today. But without further ado, let's start off with our small forwards tier list here, which is the weakest position in my team still, because all of the best cards are secondary position small forwards. It's sad, man. It is sad, the competition that we have here for this small forward. But here we go, starting it off with our no thanks tier, where we have both Andre Iguodala's, because I absolutely hate their jumpers, Peja Stojakovic, who's just a super outdated card at this point and just really not too worth it. I have him and I never used him even when he was brand new to the game. Kiki Vandeweghe and Karan Butler, who are again just outdated and not really all that crazy. I'm just not really a fan of any of these cards, but if you are a fan, that is great, and I hope you have a wonderful time using them. I just personally, I don't like them. I don't think that they're really worth anybody's time, especially not Peja's, because he takes so long to get to, but hey, to each their own. So starting off our wonderful, maybe during limited tier, we have Pink Diamond Gerald Wallace, who's actually pretty solid card if I'm being honest. Gerald Wallace is sadly more leaning towards that, slasher and that can defend than 3 and D kind of guy, which we usually hope out of a Gerald Wallace card, but he's still pretty fun. Jump shot forward isn't one of my favorite jumpers anymore. Used to like in the beginning of the year, but man, oh man, as it fell from grace for me. Actually kind of hate it now, but still, Gerald Wallace pretty good, but I don't really suspect I would use him unless we had some weird limited event of like nobody that has range extender, which would be terrible, let me tell you. Next up is Galaxiable Paul Pierce, who is an absolutely horrendous slasher, like no badges in there, and it kind of hurts him a little bit. His jumper, I know on current gen's a little bit awkward, but on next gen it's actually pretty nice, actually pretty smooth. But overall, I mean, nobody really gets excited about Paul Pierce cards, let's be honest. I've never really seen 2K drop a trailer for an upcoming Paul Pierce card, because even they know it's not going to hit like that. So yeah, Paul Pierce, I'm sorry, but maybe during limited. Next up, we do have the wonderful Galaxiable Culver, who they absolutely hoed with his animations. They gave him Pro 3, which I actually think is a lot better than some people give it credit for. Like, yeah, it's not the curvy slide, but if you still know what you're doing, you can have some fun with it and kind of kill it with Jared Culver. Still, he's got the trade break base, which is always going to be amazing, but overall, I'm just, again, not too impressed, and I messed up the setting of that card, so I apologize. Next up, we do have Diamond Brandon Ingram, who is a wonderful, beautiful base 75 card, and it still, I think, is a pretty solid all-around small forward, but let's be honest, his OPAL is a little bit better, and he only has, I think, jump shot 75 on quick, which is why I ended up actually ranking him down here. I think if this Brandon Ingram had the jump shot 75 on very quick, I could throw him up just a little bit higher, but, that's just nitpicking. Next up is the Amethyst Will Barton, who I think is an all-around great card, but is just hurt by the fact that he's an Amethyst who doesn't have a lot of Hall of Fame badges. He kind of dropped before we went absolutely endgame, juice everybody up to holy hell, to make Muggsy Bogues one of the highest total Hall of Fame badges cards in the game. So he still is hoed by the fact that he only has a few badges, but I don't mind his jumper. I actually think it's pretty nice. He's a great slasher. He was a really good defender and was a really fun card when we had him out. Plus, he's a lot better as a shooting guard. Just overall, not really jumping out of my socks to use him anymore, sadly. And last but not least, we do have Pink Diamond Jack Marion, who has the Larry Bird jumper, I think, on quick, which is a little bit tough, and he's just an outdated card at this point. When he first came out, I think he was like S tier in small forwards, but let's be honest, as it's going on, not really worth your time too much anymore. So starting off our pretty damn solid tier, you guys can't see it, but I named it pretty damn solid. Yeah, that's interesting. But we have the wonderful Pink Diamond Andrew Wiggins, who at first, when he dropped, was absolutely terrible because they gave him some of the worst things in the game. But after a little bit of an update, he got the curvy slide, he has jump shot 22 on quick, and he's all around a pretty good small forward. I think he has gold range, which is cool. He's a good defender, and he's a really, really good slasher, as you would expect with like an Andrew Wiggins card. I think he's nice. I think he's fun, and he gets a lot of hate because he's kind of trash in real life. Although he's been playing better. I'll give him credit. He's been playing better. But all around, Andrew Wiggins card, pretty good. It's just we have so many, like, jump shot 22 cards at this point that I'm not really excited about him anymore. Next up is Galaxiable Cedric Maxwell, who I think is a great card because he's got jump shot 3, terrible slasher dribble style, which really hurts him for me, doesn't make him too amazing, but overall pretty good because he's got the Curry slide. He can get mixy and he's kind of fun. Overall pretty good, but I'm pretty sure most of us don't have him just because he was an unlimited reward, and let's be honest, who really enjoys going against 60 people trying and sweating like crazy? It's just not really that fun. Next up is Dark Matter Carla Anthony, who honestly, again, is hurt by the fact that he's got Pro 1. I'll be honest, I think Pro 2 is obviously the best when it comes to dribbling animations like the Curry slide. Pro 3 I would call second best, and Pro 1 I just don't think is worth your time. But Carmelo is still amazing because I think Melo's jumper is super greeny, super easy to time. It's just wonderful. And, I mean, he's still a great slasher and still a great defender. He's a really good card all around, but not having the Curry slide or anything crazy like that definitely kind of hurts him. Next up, we have Diamond Justice Winslow, who is for sure helped by the fact that he can play secondary position point guard, let's be honest. But I actually think this Justice Winslow card is really good all around because his defense is otherworldly, man. It was a while where I actually used this Justice as my primary point guard, and it was super fun. It was really, really easy to just stop everybody. It was great. His jumper, a little bit awkward to time, a little bit on that slower end of jumpers, which, depending on what you think of it, may sway your opinion a little bit. But I think just as a nice 6'7" guy, even at the small forward, he's definitely solid, man. He's still solid. Next up is the wonderful Diamond Sean Elliott, who I've kind of fell from grace a little bit with just because you used to love him because he has jump shot 29 on that very quick, and it was so easy to smack out shots with him. But the way that they've been juicing up cards lately, Sean Elliott doesn't hold up water, especially with some of the new guys that we had. Crazy how much a tier list can change in a month, let's be honest. But I still think he's a good card. I still think he's fun. And, I mean, he was literally free, so that always kind of gets a little bit of a nudge in my book. But when you get the best jumper in the game on current gen, I'm going to give you a little bit of love. Next up is Pink Diamond Kelly Ubre, a card that I have never really been a fan of, even when he dropped. And I said it a lot in the gameplay as well. I just don't really like Kelly Ubre. It's just not really my thing. He's got that Sean Marion jumper, and let's be honest, it's not as good as you want to believe. I think people just like Kelly Oubre. They think he's a little cute, and that kind of sways the decisions a lot on him a little bit. He's a good defender, and he's a good all-around card. I just think that jumper's way too baited for me personally to really get excited about him or use him really in any capacity. Next up is Amethyst Larry Bird, who is one of the best Amethyst cards in the game. Let's be honest, man. This card is disgusting and carried me in that Hall of Famers Limited weekend. Let me tell you, I was averaging 30-40 a game with this Amethyst Larry Bird, and it was so fun, man. I love the Larry Bird jumper. I think it is super clean. It is super fun. And he's, I think, got that Pro 3 animation to get real cheesy and real mixy with it. And if you ever wanted to see why Pro 3 can be good, pick up this Larry Bird and give it a shot, because man, oh man, it can be fun. Next up is Galaxiable Turkaloo, who is kind of just good because he's a tall, small forward, and he's one of the few ones that we have. The small forward love is a little bit not there in 2K right now. Once we start getting, I think, heavily into Dark Matters, we'll start getting some. But I still think Hito's good. I don't mind the LaMarcus Aldridge jumper. I think it's been a little bit too hated on, but Hito is still one of the shiftiest and most fun cards that you can use if you do it right. And when you got that jumper down, it can be absolutely money. And last but not least is going to be our main man, Terry. Was one of the best small forwards. Actually, he was the best small forward in the game when he first came out, because that Rudy Gay jumper is absolutely insane. But let's be honest, he's a little bit outdated, and there's definitely some better small forwards at this point. So I still think he's pretty damn solid. But at this point, if you don't have very quick timing, you're just not a good card at this point. That's really all it is. At this point, a lot of the cards that I rank lower because they're older is purely because they have that quick timing, and you kind of need very quick at this point. Now, we're going to be starting off the Baby Demons tier, which may have a little bit of a hot take in this one, which is the wonderful Pink Diamond Harrison Barnes. But when you actually go and look at this Harrison Barnes card, they juiced him up for no reason. Like, listen, I was a Warriors bandwagon back in the day because I was a lost soul when Kobe retired. And I just picked the best team, which was the Warriors at the time. And even I know that Harrison Barnes was not this nasty. Like, But anyway, this Harrison Barnes is disgusting. Real life Harrison Barnes wasn't that good. He was good, but he wasn't this good. But this Pink Diamond Harrison Barnes is actually a absolute dog. I mean, he's got range and all the wonderful shooting badges. His defense is actually kind of crazy aside from his interior. He's got the Harrison Barnes jump around very quick. They gave him the shifty dribble style, and he can curry slide. Like, why? Like, why did we need Harrison Barnes that could do all this? Actually, shout out to, I can't remember the name, but somebody in the comments came through and was like, hey, yo, you should check out this card. He's actually pretty disgusting, a lot better than some people are saying he is. And yo, I got great. This card is actually kind of disgusting. So big ups Harrison Barnes. I wish you could do this in real life, but you know what? Not everybody can be good for a long time. Next up, we have the new Dark Matter in the Triple Threat Offline Vault, who I've actually got twice in the same span of 10 games, which was kind of crazy. So I have an original owner extra Dark Matter, which is pretty cool. Gerald Wilkins is literally just an upgraded Jerry Sloan. I think they're actually the same height as well. He's an absolute demon. Jump shot 70 on very quick, is one of the best jumpers in the game. But I've used this Gerald Wilkins for a little bit, and he doesn't jump out to me as too special. Like, if I'm picking a jump shot 70 guy, I'm definitely going to be picking Jonathan Isaac to play that small forward position. Just better, taller, awesome on defense. But Gerald Wilkins is still pretty good, and I think if you are grinding triple threat offline, you should still be pretty hyped if you get him, because I loved that Jerry Sloan, and I love this Gerald Wilkins as well. Jump shot 70 still is one of my favorite in the game. Next up, we do have the wonderful, the beautiful Dark Matter Elliott Baylor, who I dropped a video today on how to get him in this Weekend 11, if you want to check that out. They gave him what everybody kind of considers to be the best base on both generations, which is Dante Axum, on very quick, and sadly, he is 6'6". I think the way that 2K could, or 6'5", I think the way that 2K could have saved him is giving him the point guard primary position, and that would have been or point guard position at some way, shape, or form, which would have really helped, I think. He's got the Pro 3 behind the back as well with that curry slide, and he has the highest total badges in the game, has 44 Hall of Fame, has 28 on gold. It is crazy. He is amazing, but he's just not up to snuff with the other shooting guards that we have out here. I think he's fun. I think he's great, and I'm going to try to make him work in some lineups. I just don't think he's quite snuck into that demon tier, sadly, because I wish he was a point guard, man. It's so bad. Next up is a Galaxiable Deadlift Shrimp, who is a wonderful Delino Gallinari-based kind of guy, and that's really all you need to be a top small forward at this point. It's super money, it's super green lights, it literally almost never misses, and if you know what you're doing with that damn jumper, it's amazing. And this Deadlift Shrimp can be one of the best small forwards in the game. He's just not quite up here. Next up is the wonderful Dark Matter Anthony Edwards, who's a 6'5" small forward. Again, he needed to get that point guard position. I don't know why he didn't. He did last year, but he didn't get it this year. Probably because he's playing small forward this year. Doesn't make sense to me. But he's got jump shot 80, which is a pretty good jumper. It's pretty smooth, pretty clean, and it can be fun. It's that Kyle Kuzma jumper if you've used it. It's actually not bad. Or Jamal Murray. And you know what? I kind of like he's got some good dribbling animations as well, and he's overall a pretty solid card. I'm just not too excited about him. Next up is Alex English, who is everything that Carmelo Anthony wished that he was. It's basically the jump shot 55, which is the Carmelo jumper without being the Carmelo jumper. Like, they literally are the exact same. It's just one's called jump shot 55 and one's Melo. I couldn't tell you why 2K did it, but he's got the good dribbling animations. He's super cheesy. He's super slick, and it's actually a really fun card that you got for free, basically. And ran him a few times, and he's actually pretty nice. Next up is Dark Matter TJ Warren, a card that I was stuck between putting into the top tier, the Demons tier, or the Baby Demons tier, and I ended up putting him in the Baby Demons tier. It just feels wrong to have TJ Warren up there, but he is an amazing card. As you would expect with most Dark Matters, he has over 3,100 total stats. That's absolutely amazing. Got good defense. His shooting is out of this world, and he does have Hall of Fame blinders, which is always going to be great. He's got jump shot 63 on very quick, which is actually pretty great as well. Got that Robert Covington base, it's always going to be nice. Curry slide, Pro 3, he's got shifty. And you know what? Actually, I should move TJ Warren up in here. I should move TJ Warren to the Demons tier. It doesn't make sense to have him out in here. Because if he's, you know what? Upon second look, TJ Warren should go up into the Demons tier. So we have Sean Marion, who is a good card. He's just kind of outdated. I don't, again, like that, jumper, but he's a slightly better Kelly Ubre, so I'll put him into the Baby Demons tier. Is what it is. Anyway, let's start off our Demons tier, which has TJ Warren. Wow, look at that. Great card. Awesome. Jump shot 63. Very quick. He's awesome. Anyway, next up, we have the wonderful Dark Matter Paul George, who I think everybody can kind of agree, is absolutely insane. If you like the Paul George jumper, you put that on very quick, and it is absolutely amazing. Plus, PG is, I think, 6'9" and can play the 3 and the 2, which is just absolutely insane, and is one of the best defenders every single year. I mean, I don't know why they do it, but they just, I don't know, they have a way of making Paul George literally just a godly defender every single year, and he locks everything up, which is crazy because he can't even do that to Luka. So, you know, anyway, PG, clamp up. Next up, we do have Dark Matter LeBron James, who, I mean, if I didn't put up into the Demons tier, I think I could be crucified for that, because LeBron's got a great jumper with a pretty good green window, and overall, it's just a great card. I mean, it's LeBron. He has a massive player build, can drive to the basket like crazy, can dunk on everybody, and can just play defense all around. He's just a really, really good card. I mean, come on. Once we finally get endgame LeBron without that weird layup package, he always is going to be one of the top cards every single time. That's just how it works, man. Next up is the wonderful Dark Matter Larry Kennan, who has, sadly, Jump Shot 4, but everything about the card just screams amazing. He's basically just kind of a reskin of this LeBron James with just different animations. They basically have the same player build and everything like that, and he's pretty great. I loved the one last year. I'm really trying to get him out of the triple threat vault, but I've got 2 Gerald Wilkins and no Larry Kennan. They don't want to give him to me. But if you want a great slasher that can still shoot the ball really great, and again, all around just insane defender that locks everything up, boom, he's your guy. He just takes a bit to get. Next up is one of my favorite cards in the game, Dark Matter Julius Irving. Let me tell you, Rudy Gay's jump shot base on very quick is just absolutely gorgeous, and they gave this Julius Irving just some of the best triple sigs in the game, and he just feels gorgeous. I think he has shifty, and that's why I like him so much, but he is just amazing, man. You can literally attack anybody at the basket with this Julius Irving. He dunks on literally everybody. Never had a problem with it, and the jumper is just so smooth, so clean that it's literally a green light every single time. One of my favorite cards in the entire game is this Dark Matter Dr. J. Absolutely love him. Next up is my starting shooting guard, Dark Matter Jimmy Butler, who again just has that like it factor when it comes to defense. He clamps it up. He's been jumping so many passing lanes that I've never had cards this year do, which is great. Jump shot 22 on very quick. It's just so easy, so moneyed. It's just consistent. And you get the slashing and everything else that you would want. But really, for me, the thing that I love about Jimmy Butler is that he just emphasizes that 3 and D kind of card that I really, really love. So I'm putting him up in the Demon tier. And same thing goes with James Worthy. The Tony Parker base, oddly good. It's weird that I like it because normally I don't know. Last year, I wasn't really a massive fan of the Tony Parker base when everybody else was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. But either way, it makes this James Worthy absolutely amazing. He's got a great player build at that 6'9" frame for the small forward position and can literally do everything. It pissed me off when he couldn't get 8 rebounds in that Bill Russell challenge. But once he finally did it, I started to love him again. And I think just his ability to literally do everything like LeBron James is the thing that makes him that just demon tier worthy. Next up is Bailey Howe, who is basically just like all these other small forwards that can literally do everything, but he has the Trey Burke based on very quick. Like, what else do you need? He's got one of the best jumpers of the game on very quick. Boom, boom, boom. It's money. And then we'll throw TJ Warren in there. So that is the end of our small forward tier list. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section below. Also, your favorite small forward. We asked in the beginning. You gotta let me know. Also, like the video if you did enjoy or found it informative at all, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.